Han Chaoning was bug-eyed. This is the four-element cycle array. Fiend Yang saw the formation and cried as well. His face was heavy. It was an array that was made by Radiant stage experts and defeated for Ethereal stage experts. Now that four peak Ethereal stage experts formed it, its power must be unimaginable. The four-element cycle array borrows the power of the earth and four elements to unleash the world's energy. Its power is endless. I fear that not even an early soul harmony stage expert can block an array formed by the four high venerables. That child is in danger. Han Chaoning was worried. They all turned their eyes on Zhuo Yifan, but he was as calm as ever. Young Sanzi was a Kilin. His soul and body were one to begin with. Reaching the soul harmony stage would hardly make a difference to him. Since Yilin could do it earlier, so can young Sanzi, but his will be stronger. Sect leader Zuan saw the four venerables unleash such might and wrote off the kid as dead already. Ignoring him, ha ha ha, get ready for a funeral. You must have seen the power of four-element cycle array. But I must tell you that it is far deadlier in the hands of the venerables. Even more so when the venerables are using the stronger one. Heavenly cycle dragon array, formed by using for earth dragon souls. Your end is nigh. Zuan Xiaoyu heard his dad brag and laughed as well, looking the part of the winning side. Mystical Heaven sect snickered. Demon Scheming sect was silent, gnashing their teeth. Only Zhuo Yifan just watched Gu Santong as he said, young Sanzi. It's fine, Gu Santong waved his hand. His face was hard, but still mocked. Before me, even earth dragon souls are nothing more than worms. Zhuo Yifan knew where young Sanzi's confidence came from. His body was that of a Kilin, his soul that of a sacred beast. Not even a heaven dragon soul could top that. Zhuo Yifan just eased a breath and relaxed. Young Sanzi's confidence was seen as a joke by the heavenly cycle elders. Mocking him, ignorant young devil. Do you even know what earth dragon soul is known for? It connects to the world. By combining with the earth, one's power grows tens of times. It's unlike the previous dragon soul you beat. And, they're still worms. Gu Sintong mocked and taunted, if you don't strike, I'll do it first. The heavenly cycle elders was outraged. Damn brat, you have the nerve to mock us? It's best we get rid of you at once with all we have. The four made a sign in unison, then pointed at Gu Santong. The huge dragon roared and charged at the little figure. Everyone watched with their hearts in their throat. Only the few who believed in young Sanzi's strength were calm. Along with the draconic roar, the dragon soul slammed down, making the ground cave in thousands of meters. Despite not feeling the dragon's brunt force, they could still feel the aftermath, the biting winds that cut at their skin. They were overwhelmed. The power was so incredible even bystanders would suffer from a stray wind. Just how would that kid stand it? When the eyes turned to Gu Santong, they were stumped once more. The kid wasn't harmed in the slightest, as if he was only standing in a mild rain. Gu Santong looked up at the incoming lizard and took a deep breath. His body flashed scarlet, his eyes shining as he got ready to lash out with the might of a true Kilin. His body as well was itching to strike and explode with power. As the huge dragon soul was right on top of him, Gu Santong perked his mouth up in one eerie smirk as he roared. An image of a scarlet Kilin came out of his body. As it howled, there were scarlet shock waves spreading out. As for the huge dragon soul, it faltered like it met obstacles. The scarlet ripples shock waves slammed into it, making it feel great pain with every strike and pushing it back. That's not possible. Just by roaring he can push back the earth dragon soul us reformed. Their eyes shaking, heavenly cycle elders cried out in unison from this shocking revelation. They could not believe their eyes that this was happening, their hands shaking non-stop. They felt an immense power coming at their array, to the point it wanted to tear it out. They could not believe what was happening. This unbridled power came from a mere child's howl. His soul was also sending the four eerie vibes, a fear they hadn't sensed in centuries. The Kilin flexed its claws, ready to tear the sky open as it howled. Anything and everything that stood in its path was feeling the brunt of its power, plunged into hell. Heavenly cycle elders' brows shook, feeling feeble. None wanted to admit it, even as they knew it already. The four had met a tough opponent this time around, one that was a freak beyond them. Gu Santong saw the huge dragon soul just kept retreating and was on the brink of collapse. He grinned, having a nasty smile on his face as he shouted at the sky once more. In a split second, a red sound wave came at the huge dragon soul like a tsunami. This time, the huge dragon soul barely lasted a few seconds before crumbling down to nothing. Following the defeat of their combined Earth Dragon Souls into the Heavenly Cycle Dragon Soul, the Heavenly Cycle Elders spat blood in unison. Their soul had a deep wound, evident from their ashen face. They had no time to even catch their breath as the red sound wave came straight for them. Fricking hell, what monster is this brat? The four watched as the red wave came with dumb looks. They cursed in defiance, like dying old men, before being pulverized. All that was left of them was blood sprinkled down from for clouds. Not even their souls could withstand Gu Santong's kill and roar, shaking their very core and ripping it apart. The dreaded red sound wave boomed in the distance and warped the space, sending shock waves everywhere. Everyone was too speechless to react. The four dragons of the Great Tianyu's three guardian sects, one sword 5 dragons, had been killed by a 7-year-old just like that. Holy hell, just where the hell did this freak come from? Sect leader Zhuan and his mystical heaven sect were sweating. They watched the still roaring Gu Santong with blank stares. Not just them, even the demon scheming sect was dumbstruck at such display of raw power. They never thought it possible that Steward Zhuo would call someone of such caliber, all packed neatly in a monster that was barely 7 years old. They thought the kid had a high chance of winning, but not to the point of being as easy as they saw. Those were mystical heaven sects for dragons, killed just like that by a kid? What's wrong with this world? The demon scheming sect experts sympathized with mystical heaven sect. What sin have they committed to suffer this father-son disaster? They all looked at Gu Santong then at Zhuo Yifan, chuckling to themselves. Thank God he's on our side. As the red sound wave faded into the horizon, Gu Santong's bloodlust was far from quenched. He spread out his arms and legs, making the scarlet glow on him flicker brighter. Zhuo Yifan cried out, "Oh shit, the kid is high on his wind and won't stop. Get back 5 more miles." Zhuo Yifan was the first to get the hell out of there. The rest followed. They had no clue who Gu Santong was, but his pops should be more than clear on this. The demon scheming sect team retreated again, while mystical heaven sect was just out of it to react. By the time they came to their senses, all hope was lost. Kill and soul might, shock and awe. Gu Santong shouted and flicked his childish hands. The red Killen image once again came out and roared. A dreadful shock wave flew from Gu Santong in every direction. One could see with the naked eye how the scarlet wave was moving through the air. This wave was different from before. It carried death and nothing else, like a scythe coming to reap lives. The space itself warped and threatened to crack as all that stood in its way was erased from this world, going out in a puff of dust. Sect leader Zhuan and his team gasped, "Run!" Mystical heaven sect panicked, each going every which way. Alas, they were just too slow. They were the closest to Gu Santong to begin with, and had missed their chance in getting to a safe distance from this monster. In this chaotic retreat, hundreds of people shoved, pulled, screamed, all trying to get just a little bit further. Yet in a blink, the red wave caught up to them and even past them. The cries of pain littered the sky, losing their lives like they were no ethereal stage experts, but mere mortals. Nothing survived, even as they used all their soul power to protect themselves. Their bodies were ashes in a blink of an eye. As for their soul, it kept being shaken until it fell apart, and the enactment of this slaughter only took a few brief moments. The people watching their friends die like that were filled with shock and dread. They watched as the red wave annihilated everything in its path, not even sparing a blade of grass or a speck of dust. It was doomsday. The beautiful and amazing mystical heaven sect was being laid to waste with Gu Santong at its center. The worst part was, the destruction only increased. Steward Zhuo, what do we do if the red wave comes here? Seeing the horrors the mystical heaven sect was going through, Fiend Yang spoke with fear. Zhuo Yifan waved his hand, just leave it to me. Zhuo Yifan right eye flashed in 5 golden halos as he shouted, Divine Eye of the Void's 5th stage, Void Wall ×3. The space rippled and in front of them appeared 3 thick invisible walls. The red wave came and stopped before the walls, but not without giving them a good rattling.